Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good night, Miss Sri Supiah Cahyati, and good night to all of my friends. My name is Rizky Septian. My student ID is 21220000N1. Now, I am from class B1 non-regular English Education Study Program batch 2021. I want to share you about the material that we have learned together before. On this occasion, I want to explain you about developing nations. So, if you still remember, developing country or developing nations is a term commonly used to describe a country with low levels of material welfare. A developing country is a sovereign state with lesser developed industrial base and lower human development index relative to other countries. The World Bank classifies the world's economies into four groups based on gross national income per capita, high upper middle, lower middle, and low income countries. Developing countries tend to have some characteristics in common, often due to their histories or geographies. For example, with regards to colonialism, health risks, and compared to high-income countries, they commonly have lower levels of access to safe drinking water, sanitation and hygiene, energy poverty, higher levels of pollution, example, air pollution, littering, water pollution, open defecation, higher proportion of people with tropical and infectious disease, more road traffic accidents, and generally poorer quality infrastructure. In addition, there are also often high unemployment rates, widespread poverty, widespread hunger, extreme poverty, child labor, malnutrition, homelessness, substance abuse, prostitution, overpopulation, civil disorder, human capital flight, a large informal economy, high crime rates such as extortion, robbery, burglary, murder, homicide, arms trafficking, sex trafficking, drugs trafficking, kidnapping, and rape. Low education levels, economic inequality, school desertion, inadequate access to family planning services, many informal settlements and slums, corruption at all government levels, and political instability. So, there are many of characteristics of developing countries from an economic perspective. Number one is low per capita income level. Per capita income is the average value of the income of the population in a country. To find out per capita income, it can be done by dividing national income by the population of the country. Number two, imports are bigger than exports. Next is the large amount of imports rather than exports of goods that occur in a country. In fact, imports are carried out when a country experiences limited technology and expertise, so that it requires goods brought by other countries to meet its needs. Number three, high number of unemployment. The third characteristic of developing countries is the relatively high number of unemployed. Along with the increasing number of births, competition in the world of work must also be high. As a result, the state is unable to provide decent jobs to accommodate the excessive number of unemployed. Number four, high corruption rate. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Perhaps the sentence is citable to describe the position of the common people and high-ranking officials who are only oriented towards material aspects. In developing countries, the level of corruption that occurs is quite high, so that it has a negative impact on the country's economy. For examples of developing nations are Indonesia, Malaysia, Argentina, South Africa, Egypt, Brazil, and Ethiopia. So, that's all from me about developing nations. I'm sorry if there are many mistakes or there are so damaged sentences from me. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.